We will go ahead and call our Wednesday, April 8th Purchasing Committee into order. Madam Secretary, if you would, please call roll.
Commissioner Cook? Yes. Commissioner Gammon? Yes. Commissioner Gooch? Here. Commissioner McAdoo? Here. Commissioner Johnson? Here. Commissioner Jernigan? Here. Chairman Ketron?
Here. Members, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from our January 15th meeting of 2020 and the March 4th meeting, purchasing meeting of March 4th, 2020.
Mr. Chairman, I so move.
Have a motion and a second. Thank you. Any discussion? Members, we have to, everybody's here, so we don't have to do this virtually, so we don't have to call the roll. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Okay, members, before we get into what's on your agenda, let me bring everybody up to speed. Emergency purchases, as the county mayor, I have had to make. I want this committee to be briefed on this. We opened our EOC last week. Chris Clark, somebody I'm sure you've already heard, Chris Clark has come on board as the new director, our public safety director. Came from Laverne, previously by Rutherford County. We're glad to have him here, but we opened the EOC, and there were some emergency purchases that we had to make. Under our private act, we do have that information that it's stated in there what the county mayor can do. It has to be renewed every 7 days. The private or the emergency powers, we will follow up with information with you and all the prices that we were able to gather. While obtaining these, we were frantically working, not just here locally, but across the country and globally, trying to get the best price that we could for to buy the products as needed. When we had Chris, we had Carl Hudgens, and we had Larry Farley in conjunction with all of the other directors of the police chiefs, fire and rescue in all 4 cities, including the mayors, and Murfreesboro, including the mayors and their police chiefs and fire chiefs. We had a desperate need for masks, not the KN95 mask, but the N95 mask with FDA certification. And there was a whole lot of scams out there that were going on, so we had to be very careful that we got the proper protection for these masks, because our people on the front line would be wearing these N95 masks. We were able to obtain 10,000 that were delivered earlier this week to the EOC, and that afternoon they were distributed to all the different entities: County Sheriff's Department, Smyrna, Laverne, Eagleville, and MTSU. MTSU needed 1,000 because they have about 800 students on campus, so they have been distributed. We also made a purchase at the request of our emergency management, EMA, for 14 portable air surface disinfection lamps, which are the UV lights. You have 2 ways to disinfect the inside of the ambulances. One is a kind of a mister type, and we only had one that EMS had. And they were so back ordered because everybody was scrambling all around the country and around the world trying to get those. So we went ahead and put a purchase in. Fortunately, we're just a little bit ahead of the curve. We still haven't received them, but we went ahead and made the purchase for 14 portable air surface disinfection lamps. The price on those were $56,910. What they'll do, they'll put those UV lights in every ambulance. They'll put them in our deputy cars. they can turn that thing on and it will totally disinfect the whole interior of those vehicles within about a 20-minute time span. So we felt good that this was a good purchase to protect our guys out there on the front line. The mask, that came to a total, they were $4.60. $4.20 a piece. We were able to get them. We had prices anywhere from, on the R95s, N95s, we had prices anywhere from $6 to $9. We were able to obtain them stateside, not having to go to China. We were able to get them out of California. So it'd be $460, so it'd be $420, so it'd be $42,000, right? Plus shipping. That's what we paid. I'm sorry. And okay, and then this morning we were able, from the same contact we had in California, we were able to order another 5,000 because the burn rate, especially, is not so much for our deputies and others, but from the EMS guys, their burn rate, meaning that they go through them much faster in the jobs they're performing. You know, our deputies got one person in a vehicle, so they really don't have to have it on, Virgil, but the ambulances, they're constantly moving and working with the patients and picking them up, so they have to discard them and get more. So that was 5,000 at the same price at 420, correct? Third purchase that we made on an emergency basis were trailers, reefer or refrigerated trailers. These trailers are not a result of the COVID-19. These trailers are a result of the facility, the forensic facility, where we have to take our corpse to actually do the biopsies or autopsies in Nashville. That facility in Nashville has 52 counties in the mid-state area. So almost half the state are actually bringing their autopsy bodies there, and they're backed up. So if you recall, for those who are on Public Safety Committee, every time Carl comes in, he gives us a monthly update on how many patients or autopsies that we have to perform. We're averaging right now, with nothing to do with COVID-19, we're averaging around 23 bodies per month that were either by suicide, drug overdose primarily, that we have to order the autopsies on, him being the county coroner. And so that's the order. We know that they're backing up and they're not going to take them. We have to do something with them until an autopsy can be performed. So that was the purpose of buying these 3 trailers. We were able to acquire them yesterday. We took title of the 3 trailers. Even though they're a little bit older and have some hours on it, we talked to the company in Nashville. I believe it's Kyle Refrigeration that does the work on these refrigeration units, and they had went out and serviced them and made sure that they're properly in working order. We acquired both of those at $7,500 a piece. They will be set up at an undisclosed location, but we will have 24-hour security around them. We'll go from there. Those are the 4 purchases that we've made. I'm reaching out trying to find gowns, disposable gowns for our frontline guys. Talked to Gordon Ferguson at St. Thomas. Their burn rate on gowns is about 900 per day, disposable gowns, 900 a day. But they felt like that the mask was the most important things, and we get ourselves secured with those, and then we'll work on the gowns. Okay. Any questions so far on that? Are the masks recyclable? I'm sorry, the mask? No, ma'am. Once they wear out, they're disposable. And you're asking if they're recyclable. I wouldn't want to recycle them.
I know they didn't recycle anything when I was in the hospital.
No, and it's kind of terrible that they throw all that stuff away. The plastic and stuff could be recycled, but these are, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, since we're being recorded now, I'll ask you if you want to speak, use the microphone. Okay, because people can't hear. I couldn't hear you with that muzzle on either back there, Steve. Yes, ma'am. Okay, in one of the trailers, that's a good point. Thank you, Lisa, for telling us that. Two trailers were 53-foot trailers. They were going to deliver them to our undisclosed location, and there was one 48-foot trailer, and inside of that was 2,000 cases of restaurant gloves that were donated to this organization. It was a Christian ministry group that we bought them from that deliver food through 28 different states to homeless food banks. And inside of that, Logan's Roadhouse had donated to them these 2,000 cases of kitchen gloves. So we'll be able to use those. I would say it's similar to what you have on, Commissioner Gammon. It's, not the little flimsy plastic ones. They're good. So I would say deputies could probably use those, and anybody else outside of our EMS guys, they're actually touching the bodies. That's where we are. I will follow up with you all and provide to you where we were able to get quotes, like those quotes that were $6 and $8 and $9 on all of those for these emergency purchases. Lisa, did Nick say we needed a vote on that?
He didn't say. I think it was more of a report that you could.
Just a report. Okay.
And all those.
Why don't you grab a microphone?
We're trying to accumulate all those expenses and purchases out of the EMA budget. We're trying to keep it all in one location, even though a lot of it, like the lights, will be used for ambulance, but they're going to be used for, like you said, the sheriff's department and other. They're portable, so it can be anywhere. But those of you, we're going to try to get money back through FEMA as the declaration. So that's the reason why we're kind of accumulating all the expenses in one budget. And we're going to be coming to budget with an amendment to get money into that budget. Maybe, you've been around here a long time. It takes forever to get the money. It might be 2 or 3 years before we get it, but we got to front it.
I think it'll be sooner than that. And talking with Chris, they did call and confirm each item, and they said they were reimbursable once we make the submission. And I think there's money coming down from the feds much faster than what it used to be. It's true. It was 2 or 3 years getting money reimbursed, but I think, yeah, exactly. Well, and others, we are probably going to bill MTSU. Dr. McPhee said, send me a bill for my 1,000, and we'll, send me an invoice, and I'll reimburse you. It was just that we were able to make the connection, and we're able to get these PPEs for our front line when others are still doing without.
Waiting on the FedEx bill so that I can give him his portion of the shipping costs.
Yeah, exactly. Is there any questions concerning this emergency purchase? I hope everybody understands there's questions about who gave me the authority to even purchase those. Well, I just did what I had to do. Okay. But it is in our private act that it gives me that authority, but people want to know, what line item did it come out of? Well, this virus is changing, not just daily, it's changing hourly, and our peak should be sometime, hopefully next week or the 18th, somewhere in that neighborhood, and let's hope we can start getting back to some normalcy in our lives. But the main thing right now is protecting our citizens and taking care of them. Any questions concerning that? We'll get back to the agenda. We have several things we need to cover. Yes, sir. Commissioner?
Just for clarification, do we still send our autopsies to the same company that has done them in the past? And so the trailers were needed just to kind of do some storage until we,
That is correct, and I hope and pray that we don't have to use them.
oh, yes.
That's our intent, but if we do, they're there, and we may have to end up sharing with others. I got a request from Chris this morning. They're activating, in Nashville, they're activating the convention center downtown Nashville, and they needed some key communication people. And TEMA had reached out to Chris and said that they were requesting that we send Peter from EMA down there because he is one of the few in the state that's qualified on a communication position. So we're sending him down there, but we may end up using our trailers to help other counties like Bedford or Camden or whoever else if they're still continuing to be backed up.
How many remains can be, does the trailers hold each?
I think they said that they're buying racks at Lowe's to put in there, and we can get up to 62, maybe?
For all three?
No,
6
each.
for one?
Each.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks for updating us, and thank you for making those purchases when you
Yeah,
need.
yeah. So we could, yeah, that's seemed like a lot, and like I say, I hope we never have to use them, but we'll be there. And someone even asked, is this something that we'll continue to look at, when we were looking at the forensic facility? I think that's another discussion for a later day, but it also gives more awareness of what we need for the future for Rutherford County. And if we can do that in conjunction with MTSU and build that type of facility here. The problem is we have one body at St. Thomas right now that is just waiting. We have no place. We can't send it on to Nashville, but St. Thomas has 6 cooling drawers. Stonecrest and Smyrna only has 2 cooling drawers. So you see how limited we are. If suicide rate goes up because of all these issues, or drug overdoses goes up, you hate talking about stuff like this, but it's reality, and we're having to face them. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Back to the agenda. We took under advisement from March 4th, 2020, our coffee and our water service. So we have the 2 bids were received on March 4th, 2020 from Mountain Valley and Webb on the water service. Mountain Valley currently serves several departments in Rutherford County. Their service has been excellent, and those utilizing the service have been very happy with them. Webb does not offer freestanding water coolers, which was the item in the bid specs. So our recommendation tonight is to go back with Mountain Valley, and they actually decreased the pricing. Is that correct, Laura? They decreased their pricing over what we previously had, so it paid off to put it out to bid. But our recommendation to you for your consideration tonight is Mountain Valley. I'll entertain a motion. Have a motion and a second. Virgil Gammon. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. The next bid that we received to take under consideration was received on March 4th from Webb's Coffee Service. Rutherford County uses several coffee services throughout the county. Webb's is one of them. You have before you, should be on your desk, here with the yellow highlights on it, the spreadsheet comparing the 2 companies. Webb's prices were per our specifications and lower than DS on most of the items. So the recommendation before you tonight is, after our evaluation, is Webb's Coffee. Have a motion without objection? And a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. I guess we probably should call roll on that since we were spending money, right? Yeah, let's do roll call.
Commissioner,
Let's combine both of them, water and coffee.
What was the motion on the coffee again?
Recommendation for Webb's.
What is it, as far as what's highlighted? In other words, DS will get some options and Webb the,
so the highlight was, I was just highlighting which one was the lowest. It'll go to one or the other, and
okay, so it's not a split, so
Yeah, it's
the
not
better
split.
savings is for Webb. Okay, got you.
You can call the roll, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Cook? Yes. Commissioner Gammon? Yes. Commissioner Gooch? Yes. Commissioner McAdoo? Yes. Commissioner Johnson? Yes. Commissioner Jernigan? Yes. And Chairman Ketron.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, next is opening of new bids. We have cleaning, Murfreesboro and Smyrna Health Department, and for Smyrna and Murfreesboro. Dana is unable to be with us. She's running ragged at the health department. She's trying to stay on top of things, as you can well imagine. Our first bid is from,
They didn't write it on, this is from DC Cleaning. Oh, yes, thank you. So there's that for you.
okay.
This is DC Cleaning.
Our first bid is from DC Cleaning Service.
I have the pages turned up. Thanks.
Okay, the bid from DC Cleaning Service is, base bid on a monthly basis is $2,900. Annually is $34,800. There is an option for stripping and waxing the floors at $2,500. Free with the contract is annual shampooing of carpeted areas, and annual cleaning of exterior windows is also free with the contract. They have RFP submittal requirements. They have complied with the Rand Investment Act. They have supplied their W-9. All documents have been submitted. So $34,800 with an option of $2,500 to strip the floors, vinyl floors, and stripping and waxing. All right. Next bid. Plan 9 Cleaning Services, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Their bid is $2,875 for an annual cost of $35,300. Nothing under Section A for stripping and waxing of floors. Nothing for shampooing of carpeted areas. And to clean, annual cleaning of exterior windows, their price is $800, so that would be added on top of their $35,300. So that'd put them at 43.3, right? Versus 34,800. That's the only two we were seeing? Okay. We have two bids before you. Any discussion? It appears that DC Cleaning Service has the best bid.
Who has the base bid?
DC Cleaning versus Plan 9 Cleaning Services. I'm sorry.
Do they have any references by chance?
I'm sorry?
References in their packet? Or do we even ask for?
I don't. Laura, were there references on these?
I don't know if they asked for any references.
I don't see any by either one. Oh, well, hang on. I'm sorry? This one?
I didn't hear.
Okay. They do. Commissioner Gooch, and Laura just informed me that Dana, since she's the director at the nursing home, at the health department, I'm sorry, she would ask the committee to take this under advisement, so she may want to meet, look at both of these, take it under advisement tonight. And you know, her plate is full right now at the health department, you can imagine, back and forth the state health department and the COVID, but okay.
I move that we,
Did they all have their Terraform?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they're both here.
Paperwork was in order?
Yes, sir.
You want to take it under advisement?
Yes, sir. Either one of you.
move to take it under advisement.
Have a motion to take
Second.
the bids under advisement, and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. All opposed, motion carries. Okay, now we get into the fun part. You see all the FedEx boxes. Ed, would you mind coming up and opening these? And then if you'll just open them up and then hand them to Laura, and then she can funnel them to me as we try to read through these. This is members dealing with our basic and supplemental life insurance, our AD&D, which is accident, death, and dismemberment, short-term and long-term disability quotes. Steve, before you leave, you may want to help expedite this and help get us going. Has anybody got a pocket knife? Got a pair of scissors up here. Okay. All right, let Ed start. Ed, why don't you come around here and start disseminating so you can give it to Laura. Steve can help start opening boxes.
may be the same policy.
Yeah, it could be. I'm sure it probably is. I mean, most companies will usually bid their life insurance and put in the same thing, their short-term and long-term disability.
This here.
And this is from who? Okay.
And this is from.
Okay, I'm not going to mispronounce the name of this company, but this is our first one. It's OCHS. OCHS has a basic and supplemental life and AD&D, accident dismemberment disability, okay? So on behalf of Securian Financial, that's who this OCHS is, Securian, S-E-C-U-R-I-A-N, Securian Financial. They're providing life, accidental death, and dismemberment insurance for our employees. Okay, so Securian was probably the broker. The actual company that they're quoting it through is Minnesota Life Insurance Company. Their rate on basic life insurance for active employees is .070. Their basic AD&D is .014, or 14 cents. Total rate is .090, which is 90 cents. The annual benefit on basic life is $193,000. The basic accident dismemberment is $37,665 for a total of $230,678. They have also given a quote on rate per thousand of benefit for retirees in our system. Their rate is 54 cents, and the annual benefit is $14,645 for our retirees. Their basic life dependent is rate per $1,000 of benefit is 52.9, or .529, I'm sorry, .529 on their basic life. And supplemental life on children is .110. I think that will get our people studying hard. All right, Cigna has put all of their bids in one package. Okay, Cigna's basic life insurance for actives is .065. Basic AD&D is .025 for a total rate of .09. For basic life for retirees is .54. Basic AD&D is .02 for a total rate of .56. Supplemental AD&D is .02. Basic life for dependent is .40. And supplemental life for dependent is .02 on AD&D. Supplemental life on children is .07. We're doing this because we have to, and I know there's no sense in y'all writing all this down. We'll you know we're going to take this under advisement. This is probably the heftiest quotes that we've received in quite some time, at least I know since I've been here, it has been. Okay, I think we're good on that. All right, this is all Cigna. But we read it for the record. This next quote is Voya, V-O-Y-A Financial. Voya's rate for actives on basic life insurance is .073. For retirees, basic life is .54, and they did not quote basic AD&D. Their basic life for dependent is .40. And supplemental life on children is .07. I think that's good. Next quote is from MetLife. MetLife's quote on actives employees is .033. Basic AD&D is .07. For a total rate of .050. The basic life rates for retirees is .54. Basic life for dependents is .320. And basic life for children is .070. Last one is from The Standard. That's the name of the company. Okay, finally. Basic life for active employees is .081. Basic AD&D is .01 for a total rate of .091. Basic life for retirees is .54, no AD&D, and total rate of .54. Basic life for dependent is .40, and basic life for children is .07.
That is it for basic life.
I'm sorry.
That's it for basic life.
That concludes our basic life quotes. What we got next? Yeah. Chair will entertain a motion to take all those basic life quotes under advisement, and we'll get our company to, got a motion to take all these quotes under advisement. Is there a second? Joe Frank, you second. Any further questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next is our short-term disability. This is from MetLife Insurance Company. First year rate on short-term disability from MetLife is 0.703. Second year rate is .703. Third year rate is .703.
This is Cigna?
Cigna's rate. Cigna as a monthly rate for ages between 20 and 49, their rate is .650, and between 50 and 99, I hope we don't have anybody 99 work for us, but .890. That's Cigna. We got somebody at 99, I want to meet them. We're going to honor them at the next dinner we have. This is Standard Insurance Company. Standard Insurance Company first year rate under age 50 is .65. Age 50 and older is .89. And that continues second year and third year. Rate guarantee period is 3 years. Okay. This is Voya. Voya's rate for short-term disability is under 30.74, and that goes all the way through age 50. Age 50 is 1.02, all the way through 70 plus on a monthly basis. Rate guarantees for 2 years instead of 3. Okay. And this is the last short-term disability. Through Securian, OCHS Securian Company out of St. Paul. Okay. This is through Madison National Life Insurance Company. The option 1 under age 50 is 0.75. Age 50 and over is 0.99. Option 2 under 50 is 0.65, and age 50 and over is 0.89. Second year rate is the same as the first year rate. Third year rate, our proposed STD rates are guaranteed for 2 years. And that concludes our presentations. Is that it?
Now we have long-term disability.
Now we got the long term.
Take this
Is there a motion to take the short-term disability under advisement? Got a motion? Is there a second? Second. Commissioner Gammon. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, motion carries.
Cigna for long-term.
Cigna, long-term. Cigna's quote for long-term disability is, and this is rates per $100 of covered payroll. For 3 years, it's 0.185. This is from the Standard Group. Their rate for long-term disability first year is 0.15%. Second year is 0.15%, and third year 0.15%. This is Voya. Rate guarantee period is 36 months. Rate per $100 of covered payroll is .17. This is MetLife. Exhibit A. MetLife's rate guarantee is for 3 years. Their rate per $100 of covered is 0.174. Is that it?
Last one right here. That's Securian.
This is from OCHS Securian. Their rate they're giving two different rates. Option one is current benefits standalone based on covered payroll. Their rate is per $100 of covered payroll 0.150. And their option number two is packaged with STD. Their rate per $100 covered payroll is 0.165. Third year is the same. So first, second, third year is all the same. Any questions on any of those? Long-term disability? I'll entertain a motion. Motion to take all of the long-term disabilities under advisement. Any further questions, comments? All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, motion carries.
Who made the second motion?
Who made the second on that? Who wants to own up? Carol. Carol Cook made second. I did here. Members, is any other business coming for us tonight? We ask that you be safe, keep yourself distanced from other people, be careful, watch over your family. These next 2 weeks are going to be rough, but and we hope you sleep well tonight. Anything else to come for us? Hearing none, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you so much.